While the world watches Elon Musk dream of life on Mars, others are making a far more terrifying investment. They're not looking up. They're looking north, to the only place on this planet where the atlas goes blank, where satellite images are deliberately blurred, where coordinates vanish into digital silence. And it's not just governments buying land there. It's the 1%, billionaires, tech oligarchs, investment funds with names you've never heard of. They are preparing for a future where you aren't invited. This is the story of the Arctic's dark holes, and the poisoned secret buried beneath the ice. Greenland, 1959. While the world was distracted by the space race, the U.S. military was building something far more impossible. They called it Camp Century. To the public, it was a scientific research station, a marvel of Cold War engineering, an entire city carved into the ice sheet, powered by a portable nuclear reactor. But that was the lie. The truth was Project Iceworm, a network of tunnels spanning 4,000 kilometers beneath the Greenland ice sheet, a subterranean labyrinth designed to house 600 nuclear missiles aimed at the Soviet Union. Think about that for a moment. 600 ballistic missiles, hidden from every atlas, but geography doesn't negotiate. The ice moves, it shifts, it crushes. And in 1967, the tunnels began collapsing. The entire project was abandoned. They left everything behind. The nuclear reactor, radioactive waste, chemical pollutants, diesel fuel, buried, frozen, forgotten. Fast forward to 2026. You would think we'd learned our lesson, that the Arctic would be left alone. But something strange is happening. Google Maps, satellite imagery, government databases, they all show the same thing. Blurred pixels across North Greenland, censored zones in Svalbard, coordinates that return nothing but static. Why? Because while you were worrying about inflation and climate anxiety, the ultra-wealthy have been quietly buying up Arctic real estate, luxury bunkers, high-altitude survival compounds, underground shelters with geothermal heating and hydroponic farms. They call them research facilities, climate monitoring stations. But let's be honest about what they really are. Sanctuaries. The public knows about the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. It's been romanticized. The Noah's Ark of agriculture, protecting biodiversity for future generations. But that's just the front door. Behind it lies a deeper purpose. Infrastructure designed not for seeds but for survival. For continuity. For a very specific kind of future. A future where the Arctic is the only habitable zone left. Let that sink in. While billions of people face rising sea levels, droughts, heat waves, and resource wars, the architects of that crisis are building escape pods in the one place that will thrive. They're not trying to stop climate collapse. They're investing in it. Think about the obscene irony of it all. The same corporations that extracted oil, burned coal, and lobbied against climate action, their CEOs are now securing land in the Arctic. The same billionaires who own private jets and mega yachts, they're building fortresses on permafrost. And you? You're not on the guest list. The Arctic is being positioned as the final sanctuary, not for humanity, for those who can afford it. This isn't conspiracy. This is real estate. This is market logic. And it's already happening. But here's the cruel twist. The same warming that makes the Arctic valuable is also unleashing the sins of the past. Camp Century is melting. The tunnels that were sealed beneath kilometers of ice are now rising toward the surface. The nuclear waste, the PCBs, the diesel fuel, all of it frozen in time for over 50 years. Scientists estimate that by 2090, the ice cap above Camp Century will have thinned enough for the contaminants to leach into the ecosystem, into the water table, into the ocean, into the food chain. This is the shadow that gives our channel its name, the poisoned legacy of imperialism, buried beneath a melting world. And as the elite build their luxury bunkers above the ice, they're building on top of a radioactive time bomb. Irony doesn't even begin to describe it. So here's the question. Is the Arctic a wasteland, or is it the most valuable real estate on Earth? The answer depends on who you are. If you're one of the 99%, it's a frozen hell, uninhabitable, irrelevant. But if you're one of the architects of collapse, it's paradise, the last refuge on a dying planet. Project Iceworm failed because geography fought back. But the modern elite believe they can win where the military lost. They believe technology will save them, that wealth will insulate them, that they can escape the consequences of the world they destroyed. Maybe they're right, or maybe like Camp Century, their sanctuaries will collapse under the weight of their own hubris. Either way, the truth is buried beneath the ice, and as it melts, so does their mythology. I'm the voice of the Forbidden Atlas, And you aren't supposed to know this.